India to USA during COVID-19. Journey with me in the airplane from Bangalore Airport to Washington Dulles in Virginia via Frankfurt, Germany. I'm going to tell you how I did travel COVID test and how much does it cost to fly, how long it takes the journey, and how I survived with the mask for the long journey. I am going to tour the whole airplane, restroom, and I'm going to review the food. I'm going to tour Banglore and Frankfurt Airport. I'm going to explain all the ground operations, unloading and loading operations, and show you beautiful takeoffs and landings in the scenic sunset times. And we are going to explore some science behind the clouds and the jet streams. Beautiful world through my eyes. Okay, bye-bye. After 1 month of successful India trip, I am heading back to Bangalore Airport to go to America. My flight is early in the morning around 3 a.m. So I started my journey in the beautiful sunset time so that I will reach the airport by the middle of the night, 3 hours before my flight. I had to do a travel COVID test before 3 days of my travel. So I did my travel COVID test in 2 places just to make sure the results will come on time. Otherwise my whole travel will mess up, as I cannot travel without a negative COVID test result. So I did it in 2 places. I paid around 2,500 rupees for the test and the result came in 2 days. You don't need to stress out too much because the report can be emailed to you directly and you can print it out. So even if the report gets to you just within couple of hours before your travel, you can fill up the self-declaration form and you can fill it and you can print out the negative COVID test result and you can get on to your travel. I reached the Bangalore airport at around midnight, like 3 hours before my journey. And the Bangalore airport has some beautiful views at night. And there is not that many people around here because it's midnight. I was able to check in very quickly. You will have to show the proof of negative COVID test result and also the Aid Suvidha form that you filled. Then I headed up to my gate. Bangalore airport is very spacious. Shops are also open in the middle of the night. There is a lot of greenery around at this airport and it has a lot of chairs and relaxing lounges all over the place. Even some of the restaurants were open at the middle of the night. India to America flight journey time is around 20 hours, 10 hours in one airplane, then another 10 hours in second airplane. These days there is direct flights from USA to Delhi and Bombay, and the travel time is somewhere around 14 hours in one airplane. If you want to travel to other states of India, then you need to take another connecting flight. As you can see on my left side, they marked X on some of the seats to have a social distance. So there is big relaxing chairs where you can actually sleep or lay down for taking some rest. The elegance of this airport is beautiful. Look at this beautiful area where they have some live plantation here and the beautiful greenery. It's an awesome decorations here. And there is plenty of space and chairs to sit and relax. And also the areas where you can lay down and take some rest. Bangalore international terminals are so big. The ticket price usually is somewhere from $1,000 to $1,500 US from USA to India and India to USA. It's a round trip cost. And the prices vary depending on season and the demand. You can pass around the time in the airport if you want by visiting lot of the shops of different kinds, or walk around in the airport, or just get on the moving escalator to get around the airport inside the terminal. I got to my gate and I'm getting onto my airplane, and this is a Lufthansa flight from Bangalore to Frankfurt, Germany. And these seats that you see here are the business class seats. So it's all about money, how much money you have and how much comfort and how relaxing you can travel. I sat in the economy seat, and security and safety announcements are being displayed in the monitors right in front of us. And this airplane is around 80% full. There was a passenger next to me. Journey was okay. Everybody was wearing masks, and landed safely in the Frankfurt airport, and I'm taking this train to get onto the another terminal.
1. Concourses A und Z. Flugsteige A und Z können nur von Passagieren betreten werden. Concourses A and Z can only be entered by passengers.
And this Frankfurt airport is so huge, you need to travel by airport trams to get into other terminals. And as you can see, there is not many people around here. I was running to my other gate because I had only an hour left for my next flight. But when I arrived at the gate, I found that my flight is being delayed because of the snowstorm in USA. So I relaxed in this Frankfurt airport. As you can see, there is not many people around here, and there is a lot of chairs to relax. And here is what you see, FRA Frankfurt International Airport in Germany. It's not at all crowded. And every other seat has been closed to maintain the social distance. And the time is around the morning here, so all the restaurants and shops are open inside the airport, so you can buy the food and water here. The food and the water is very expensive inside the airport. I paid around $6 just for one small bottle of water. I was carrying my own empty bottle, but in the security check, because of the rush, I asked them to throw because it had some water. So I had to buy a new water bottle inside the airport, and it costs around $6. Then later I bought a cup of coffee, and which also costed around $6. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, carry your own empty water bottle so that you can fill inside the airport. And if you want, you can pack your own so that you don't need to buy inside the airport here. So my next leg of airplane is from Frankfurt, Germany to Washington Dulles International Airport in Virginia on the flight United Airlines. Here is my flight which just came in. As you can see, the engine blades are still moving. They just turned off the engines and getting ready for unload and loading operations. As you can see, all the ground operations started to begin. They opened the luggage areas, and now they're going to unload all the luggage out. They're going to fuel this airplane. And there is some food trucks coming in which will load the food and take out the old empty ones. They don't want to waste any time, because anytime the airplane is on the ground, they lose the money. It has to be keep flying to make money. So they try to spend as little time as possible on the ground. So all the airport operations and all the airport vehicles which will be loading the food, unloading, cleaning up, taking out luggage and loading up the luggage, they all will be waiting readily by the time airplane arrives. As the luggage is being unloaded, the food trucks are coming in. It is very interesting to see all the ground operations in the airports. And these are the luggage bins that are sliding out of the luggage area. And as you can see, there is another vehicle came by to transfer those luggage back to the terminals. And here you can see there is another person guiding the food loading vehicle close to the airplane. They'll be very careful not to damage the airplane. So there is always one person guiding the vehicle all the times. And it's a very, very expensive business. See how carefully the person is guiding the vehicle close to the airplane to load the food.
Please make sure to have all the information needed and keep all necessary documents ready.
And this place where FRA is written, this is a kids playing area, and my plane is being parked very, very close to it, so I can see through this window. I'm zooming in to the back of the airplane where you can see on the right side the people are transferring in a line. So that area is basically cleaning out all the trash and loading a new stuff into the airplane. As you can see here, there are 3 food trucks which are being raised to load the food in 3 different sections of the airplane. And the food loading person is knocking the door before he opening. So he's turning the lock to unlock the door. Then he's going to put a ladder connecting inside to outside. They're adjusting the height. And in the background you can see the luggage is being transferred. See, now this person got the bridge connector from the truck to the airplane, then he walked in. All kinds of activities going on here, loading, unloading, and getting this airplane ready for its next trip. As you can see here, the food truck person is taking back the empty food trays to the truck from the previous flight. Then he loads the fresh food back into the airplane for this new upcoming trip. Every airplane not only carries the passengers' luggage, but it will take a lot of other cargo. So they're unloading that cargo. As you can see here, this person is still unloading the food trays from the airplane. And now here you can see he's taking the fresh food back into the airplane. And look at this truck. This truck looks like a sewage cleaner from the restrooms probably. So it's going closer to the airplane so that they can remove all the sewage from the restrooms. As you can see here on the left side, the food is still being loaded. So there is a lot of food is being loaded into the airplane. This airplane is a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, and its full seating capacity is around 336 passengers. If the flight is full, then there is a lot of luggage and food that needs to be loaded in. And the pilots got into my airplane, and probably they're going through their checklist. and getting ready to take this airplane up in the sky. I got into my airplane and this is what it looks like. Most of the seats look empty here, and I'm walking through the whole airplane just to give you an idea. And this is what it looks like. The airplane from Bangalore to Frankfurt was around 80%, but the airplane from Frankfurt to Washington Dulles Airport is like almost empty. It's around 10% occupied, but I am in the economy plus seat here. So this area looks even way emptier than the regular economy. I am traveling in 2021 in February. So at this point of time, the airplane looks pretty empty here. I loved the United Airlines. It's pretty neat and elegant and it's very nice. And especially the economy seats are beautiful. And my flight is getting its towing back. The airplanes will not start their engines until the plane is pushed back and kept it straight on the line.
And now, at all times throughout the flight, including during the boarding and deplaning.
And now they started their engines and they started moving forward, slowly taxiing to the runway. And it's a cloudy day up here, and we say it's a cloudy day from our perspective. Once the airplane takes off and get on top of the first row of the clouds, then you will get to see the sun. Okay, my airplane picking up a little speed and catching up to go to the runway here, and I can see another United airplane heading in front of me, and probably we're going to follow that. All right, it's time to take off, and we can see a little snow up there which did not melt it yet. So my airplane is gently gliding up, leaving the ground. The airplane climbed up and it crossed the first layer of clouds.
The bags may have moved around in the bin, so be careful with those the overhead bin. You can now use your laptop and other devices to use your phone or other device on your seat. And it is available to purchase and where such objects chosen is on the personal device.
As you can see, this is the first row of economy plus seats, and there's plenty of space to stretch your legs. And this is row 30 and it's beautiful up here. And as you can see, I see only 2 passengers behind me all through this economy plus. So there is around 4,000 miles to travel to Washington Dulles Airport from Frankfurt. So the flight is leaving the Germany country and heading towards United States of America, and it has to pass through over the Atlantic Ocean. And there is a big TV in front of me, and flight is climbed up to 24,000 feet already, and it's traveling at around 500 miles per hour. I'm trying to press up and down to make my windows see through, but after a while they will disable these controls so that everybody can sleep, and they will darken all the windows of the airplane. And they will change the whole ambience of the airplane like nighttime. I'm really enjoying this legroom here. And you can see some beautiful meandering rivers down there, and all that look like the snow up there. So I am wearing a medical mask. In the Bangalore airport, you are forced to wear the medical mask, not any cloth mask that you carry. So even inside the airplane, I wore my medical mask. And the air hostess is coming up. I'm trying to pull up my stowed table up here. Only this first row has this kind of stowed table and a TV. And I just got my food. Let's see what I got. I got some ice cream here. Then I have some hot meals here, chicken meals. Then I have some other lentils and leaves. Then I got some snacks, breadsticks. Then I have a cutlery set here. I got some cheese and some bread. As you can see, the air hosts are wearing only the mask, not any crazy suits or anything. See the legroom up on the row 30 up here. And especially in this economy place, I got into like first row of the seats, just behind the business class. Let's open up the food and see. And I'm walking through in the night here. They turned off all the lights. It looks pretty dark. And they put a curtain between the business class and this economy class. Right now the flight is at around 38,000 feet, zooming through at around 500 miles per hour, and I have around 2 hours left to the destination. So I get to sleep all through my 3 seats. I collected few pillows and I carried my own shawl blanket. It's beautiful up here. I slept for a while. I'm stretching my hands here just to show you how big is the restroom here. My flight will be landing at around in the evening. So I'm just brushing my teeth and getting ready. As you can see, I have some face masks that I got in here to replace my old one after I wash my face and brush my teeth. And here is a hot water and cold water settings. And here is some paper napkins. And here is some nose tissue. And here is the view of the whole bathroom up here. It's beautiful and clean. I loved the United Airlines flight here. Once you open the door, the lights are going to turn off in the restroom here. The lights are still down. I'm trying to open up my tray again. Let's take a walk here. This is crazy. Almost all the flight is empty here. This is February of 2021. I cannot guarantee this will be the case in coming months. And this is a food serving area. And these are the trays that they loaded up. See, the flight looks pretty beautiful with the larger screens up here. And here is my seat. I'm back to my seat. And I still don't have control to lighten up my window. And the last round of food and drinks are coming up. So they just gave me a bagel and a coffee and water. And I'm completing my last meal of the flight. And you do get to open your mask whenever you're eating and drinking, and the crew of the airplane did not force me or tell me to complete it quickly. So you can take your own time to eat the food, and this is the only chance to take out your mask in the airplane for the whole journey of around 10 hours. As you can see here, there is only an hour of the journey left, and that's when they gave me the last meal. So all done, freshen up, ate my last snack, and this is a beautiful views of the airplane here. And you can see there is only few people up here. You can stand and walk and stretch your legs, and it's steady and zooming through at around 38,000 feet up. See the blanket of clouds down there. Whenever we see the clouds from Earth, we think they are flat and one-dimensional, but when you go up you can see they are like a three-dimensional clouds. They have a height, width and depth to it. You can see multiple layers of clouds, one on top of another one. Above 38,000 feet I don't see any other clouds, so this might be the last layer of clouds up here. That's the end of the clouds. If you see up, there will be nothing else. So airplanes fly at around anywhere from 6 to 8 miles, which is around 40,000 feet, which is a sweet spot where there is enough oxygen to burn the fuel and there will be less drag. If you go further up, there will be less oxygen to burn the fuel. If you go down, there will be more drag and the airplane will be less efficient. So that's why they fly at this altitude. I will try to capture gliding down through the clouds, getting ready for the landing, and I can still see the sun up here. Once we get down below that layer of clouds, we will think it's a cloudy day. The toppest level of the clouds are called cirrostratus clouds, and the clouds in the middle are called altostratus clouds, and the lowest level of the clouds are called stratus clouds. So there is a name for every cloud and they are at the different altitudes. So flight crossed first set of clouds and it's in between 1 and 2 layers, and it's eventually going to cross this layer down there, and it's almost here trying to cross this layer of cloud. It looks like a cotton up here. Compared to the Earth radius of around 4,000 miles, the height of the clouds from Earth's surface is only about 8 miles high, which is around 40,000 feet. So this thickness compared to the Earth radius is like very, very small. We can compare it like this apple skin thickness compared to the apple radius. So the Earth atmosphere is very, very delicate. It's a very thin line above the Earth, and after around 8 miles up, then there is no clouds, there is no atmosphere. Atmosphere slowly degrades and it will turn into vacuum. Then as far as you can see, there is no clouds. There you go, it entered this layer and it's going to pass through this down, then we should be able to see the ground. So this layer may take up to like a minute to pass through. It's like you're driving your airplane in dark. You can't see anything. You just depend on GPS and radar and altitude and speed instruments to see where you are. And there you go. Now we can see the ground here. And it is a cloudy day up here. And I do see some snow on the ground. And it's going to be a beautiful landing time. Sun is almost setting. The total travel time when going from USA to India from west to east is always faster than coming back from east to west, from India to USA on the Atlantic Ocean, because there is jet streams which always move from west to east. Jet streams are wind tunnels, or you can call it atmospheric highways, where the air travels faster. So if the airplane gets into that jet stream, sometimes it can reach the speeds up to 800 miles per hour, which is over the sound of the speed. That's why the total travel time can vary an hour or two. And also the travel time varies depending on where you're starting in USA, because USA is 3 times bigger than India. Look at that beautiful hole in the sky where the sunlight is piercing through and lighting up that meandering river. See that beautiful golden reflections. That's why it's called golden time. See the rays of the light as if like some angels or gods are coming down. Look at that beautiful river. I'm not sure if that is the Potomac River. In the non-stop flight, the travel time from USA to India is around 14 hours. but when coming back, it takes around 2 hours extra because of jetstreams. It's a beautiful time to land down here. Look at these beautiful views of the city and the landscapes. And I do see the runway down there and to the right. So this is on its final maneuver. So it's going to go parallel to the runway, then it's going to take a U-turn, then it's going to come and land. And I see these highways. There you go, I see the runway down there. As I can see here, my plane is tilted to the right, trying to make a U-turn back to the runway. And this is all forest area. Virginia is for lovers, so there is a lot of greenery around here. And this is the winter time, so it doesn't look that green, but it's going to pop up in just a couple of months. This land is going to turn into forest very soon, and we won't even believe that this is the area that we are seeing. Alright, it's completed its U-turn and it's approaching the runway, trying to glide down gently. And you can see a lot of houses over there. They're all either townhomes or single family homes, and some shopping complexes. And there is a highway passing through, probably that is 66. And there is another highway up here. It's beautiful. And I think this is 66. Alright, it's time to glide down and touch down slowly and steadily. You don't want to rush the airplane down to touch down because it's all the city. And I think this is where the airport starts, up here. And officially we are in the airport boundary right now here. And it's a beautiful golden time. It's all glowing up gold. And this is the best time to capture. Wow, look at that shadow of the aeroplane to the right. I can see the landing gear, the wheel which is opened, and wow, look at that beautiful view of my whole aeroplane to the right. Look at that landing gear coming down closely, and I'm going to align with my wheel, and here you go. That's the touchdown. That's beautiful landing. It's a beautiful sight. And they're going to slow down the airplane drastically so that it will lose all its speed and come almost close to the halt. Then it will gently taxi to the gate.
International Airport. Local time is 4:40 p.m. as we taxi to our gate. For your continued comfort and safety, and to adhere to the social distancing protocol, please remain seated. Please remain seated until you hear your seating area or row called. At that time, please remember to check and make sure you have everything that you brought on board, and use caution when opening the overhead compartment. While we honor the social distancing protocol, this should only take a few moments for everyone to refrain. On behalf of United Airlines and our Star Alliance partners, this United in-flight team and pilot crew, it's been our pleasure to serve you today. We do hope that we'll have the opportunity to...
All right, I boarded on a bus to go back to the other terminal, and it's gently moving up. You can see this beautiful United Airlines which I came by, and it's in a golden hour. It's a beautiful time. It looks awesome. The food trucks are ready to load back in for its next journey. So the airplane is like, it just comes in, cleans up, unloads the luggage, load the luggage, load the food, load the passengers, and turn on the engines and keep going.
Or requiring a rental car, taxi, or other ground transportation, please proceed to the lower level of the terminal and the commercial vehicle.
All right, my bus is moving, and I'm going to show you some beautiful views of this airport.
Van or limousine solicitors that may approach you in the terminal. The airport's...
And this whole terminal looks like United Airlines flights. So I do see all the United flights lined up here. Look at this beautiful panoramic view of the sunset time inside the Dallas airport.
Please watch your step as you exit.
So it's good to travel in the months of January and February if you can, so that you will have less passengers flying by. And look at the tower, and it's a beautiful time. This journey is awesome overall. Hope you like this whole journey, and follow me. Beautiful world through my eyes. It's all about travel, food, and fun. Follow me to see further videos. Check out this video of my journey from USA to India, and check out this video to see what are all the gifts that I took from USA to India. Subscribe. See you in this next video.